Hi, I'm Dave Thomas with Cars.com, and summer is a great time to buy a convertible because, well, you can enjoy it. And the end of summer is even a better time to buy one because you'll get a good deal. Saab has redesigned its 9.3 convertible for 2008. It gets some new styling. The front end, the back end looks really different. However, most of it's remained unchanged, and against some stiff competition, it doesn't really stack up. Every automaker these days wants a distinctive front grille because that's what they think draws people's attention to a car. So Saab's redesigned its whole front end for 2008 for all its 9.3s, including this convertible here. It adds a much more aerodynamic looking front grille, lower bumper, headlights are all new, and the taillights are new too. One of the remarkable things about most modern convertibles is that they have a lot of trunk room, which you wouldn't think because they have a big top that they got to store somewhere. So the 9.3 actually is decent size with it up or down, but one of the strange things is there's no partition that when the top is up to tell you how much room you do have. So what does Saab do? Instead of giving you a partition, it gives you a diagram. Yeah, a diagram with centimeters and inches, just in case you don't know your conversions, of how they'll fit. If you guess wrong, it won't lower at all, it'll beep, and it'll tell you to come back around to the back and fix things. So you'll actually have to get out of the car and do it. But with the top down, there is a bit of room. You can fit, this is an oversized kind of overnight bag, but that fits fine, so you could probably fit two normal sized ones that you take on a flight, so you can go on a weekend trip pretty easily. Like most convertibles today, the Saab 9.3 has a retractable power top. So you just use a little button up here on the dash, and the top starts retracting. It takes about 20 seconds for the whole process to finish. Most convertibles we test nowadays are way under that 20 mark in 14, 15 seconds. Kind of like an Olympic event, right? You know, every second matters. So you have to, have some time to put on your seatbelt, what have you, but you have to keep your hand on the button to keep everything going down. No matter how good a car is on its own, sometimes there's a competition that will really point out some of its flaws, and that's definitely the case for the 9.3. Just one example of some of the competition the 9.3 is facing is the Volvo C70. It's actually won awards from Cars.com. It has a retractable hardtop, has a decent engine, it's a similar size, and it's actually a lot less money. So you kind of wonder who would even start looking at a Saab when the Volvo dealership's right next door. The 9.3 is definitely an example of what we call entry-level luxury, where the interior is nice, but it's not overly nice. It's not BMW nice, but it's nice enough. When you get into a Saab, you certainly know you're in a different car. Some people might call it eccentric, but there are a lot of different things that set it apart from anyone else on the market. Number one, center-mounted ignition. You put your key in the center to start the car. That's really unusual for one. And right next to it, the parking brakes integrated into the center console. That's pretty cool too. And for my money, the vents are some of the sharpest on the block. They're easy to use, they look neat, and they work. If you're paying a lot of money for a convertible, you better get some performance to back it up. At $45,000, our test car has a turbocharged V6 engine with 255 horsepower. It's plenty fast, but because it's a convertible, the handling doesn't feel quite as confident as a sedan. I actually called it squirrely. It's front-wheel drive, so it's not as performance-oriented as the competition. Hopefully I've done a good job of explaining why the 9.3 doesn't hold up against the competition. While it's a good car all on its own, there are a lot of others out there for you to consider. But if you are a Saab enthusiast, and that means you have to really love Saabs, it's still a great convertible for you.
For additional information on this car or any other, go to Cars.com and our blog, Kicking Tires.